सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Hello and a very good morning to everyone. I, Twisha Chotai, with my fellow co-hosts Jia Chatwani and Bhavamani Gokul, welcome you all to our Grade 7 Assembly. Today is 21st September 2021 Tuesday. Swami Vivekananda once said, "You will be nearer to heaven through football than through the study of the Gita." Taking this idea further, we, the students of Grade 7, present to you a fun-filled journey to know the different facts of sports and their importance in life. The games that we know of today have their origins way back in time.
Yes, many sports like chess, kabaddi, weightlifting, archery and hockey were also played during ancient times. Tracing the history of such sports is not only an enriching experience, but it also instills in us values such as leadership, compassion, and above all, enthusiasm. Not only that, it also helps us work towards academic excellence. Unbelievable, but true. Some of the very crucial 21st century skills like strategizing, collaboration, critical thinking, observation, and analysis can also be developed through sports. Now that is something we can explore further. But before that, a pre-game ritual is on the cards. Let's head to the prayers.
Deep within each heart, there lies magic's spark. There lies the fire of our imagination. And since the dawn of man, the strength of just I can has brought together people of all nations. There's nothing ordinary in the living of each day. There's a special part every one of us will play. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. As the world gives us its best to stand apart from all the rest, it is the power of the dream that brings us here. Your mind will take you far, the rest is just pure heart. You'll find your fate is all your own creation. And every boy and girl, as they come into to this world. They bring the gift of hope and inspiration. There's nothing ordinary in the living of each day. There's a special part every one of us will play. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. As the world gives us its best to stand apart from all the rest, it is the power of the dream that brings us here. Feel the flame forever burn, teaching lessons we must learn to bring us closer to the power of the dream. The world in lights and hope and peace, we pray that you will always be. It is the power of the dream that brings us here. It is the power of the dream that brings us here. It is the power of the dream that brings us here. It is the power of the dream that brings us here.
Thank you, Vidita ma'am, for a very peaceful beginning.
Today, we all are going to see sports through a different lens, where various things about sports will be presented to us through different performances.
But Gia, I have always known people understand sports in two aspects only. One, a person who aspires to become a sportsman, and two, a person who absolutely loves watching sports. What new angle of sports are you talking about?
Yes, true. But there are many other things relating to when we talk about sports. It interests people globally. You see, sports has always given us so much to learn from. It teaches us life skills. It helps in our education. The list is endless. Sports is a desire of people from all ages. People learn the art of balancing their lives and learn new skills through watching or playing sports.
Totally agreed. In fact, I personally love sports and I have also participated in a few games in my school. It really brings out the true potential that one carries. So, on the same lines, we have our core ideas for today's assembly, which are Olympic appreciation, tribute to sportsmen, India's achievements in sports, sports and education, and lastly, life skills through sports.
India has a great history of sports, right from the oldest forms of martial arts to the recent victories of the Tokyo Olympics. India grew leaps and bounds in the field of sports, and the credit goes to various sportsmen who worked tirelessly towards achieving their goals and have made their country proud for them. We have Ayushi Kansagra taking us on a journey of the achievements of Indian sportsmen in different fields.
Sports and India share a very deep connection through the ages, be it Kalari Payattu, which is one of the oldest forms of martial arts, or our very favorite sport of cricket. Over the years, India has been growing more and more in sports. While this subcontinent is known for its diversity, that doesn't just stop with languages and cultures. It in fact also applies to sports. India has 21 various popularly played sports, inclusive of native and non-native ones. That truly is quite a variety, so it really is no surprise that many Indians are sports fans. I feel like the fun of it comes from the competitive spirit, which not only the players but the viewers hold too, and quite passionately. I mean, the absolute pride that the citizens feel with each victory is ineffable. India has been in numerous championships and tournaments, and won some too. In the very well-known International Olympics, we've won 36 medals across 24 games, including golds, silvers and bronze. Several medalists from all over India make us proud. Their fame and praise is doubtlessly well-deserved. Let's talk a little more about this, specifically the gold medalists. India has won 10 gold medals in the entire Olympic history. The first one was way back in the 1928 Olympics. It was the men's hockey team who made this prominent achievement. In fact, this is actually the beginning of a series of victories from the men's hockey team. They were practically unbeatable for a long time. The second, third, and fourth victories were also by the Indian men's hockey team 1932, 1936, and 1948. Alright, so by now you probably are impressed and perhaps even wondering how the team could achieve this level of success. I mean, come on, it's not as if everyone gets to brag about winning multiple gold medals and being amongst the most successful teams in the Olympics. And well, to answer your hypothetical question of how, part the reason actually was a well-known man in the Indian sports community, Major Dhyan. Major Chand won 3 gold medals and is considered as one of the greatest players of all time in his field. He's also known as the Hockey Wizard. He, along with his team, made history and set a brilliant record for India. His perseverance and never give up attitude aided the team during his reign. His ability to problem solve and stand tall with his team also led him to become the legend he did. The 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th gold medals, did you guess it? The Indian men's hockey team. 1952, 1956, 1964, and 1980 respectively. It isn't out of sheer luck or coincidence, but through perseverance, compassion, and teamwork that they were able to reach the milestones that they did. It is about the heartbeat and belief of millions who cheer for these sports people. India's 9th gold medal was by Abhinav Abhijit Bindra in 10 meters rifle shooting in 2008. This was another significant and proud moment for India, since he was the first ever Indian to win an individual gold medal. His dedication, passion, and hard work led him not only to become an ace sportsman, but also a successful businessman. India's 10th and latest gold medal is pretty recent, from the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It was Neeraj Chopra who earned this medal in the sport of the javelin throw. Looking at our history like this, noticing our accomplishments, seems so glorious. India has come a long way in the Olympics and other forms of sports too, and it's most definitely going to continue to grow. We see countless examples of people everywhere. They put effort and ambition in what they wish to pursue, and it's quite clear that at the end it does pay off. It gives us success and victory. Every achievement is a milestone in its own, contributing towards the larger picture. When people throw stones at you, turn them into milestones. Sachin Tendulkar, former international cricketer of India and one of the greatest batsmen in his time and in the history of cricket. Let us follow our dreams, reach the peaks that people thought were not possible, break new records and extend people's reach, inspiring a billion more. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayushi. I was personally unaware of certain names of sportsmen who contributed to the legacy of Indian sports, and I'm sure it was an intriguing journey for the audience as well. So, moving forward, I would like to ask you this question. Do you, our fellow audience, enjoy sports? I know now that is a very rhetorical question, and I assume that everyone does enjoy sports. I mean, there are so many sports, and maybe not all of us know each one of them, but each one of them is amazing in their own way.
These marvelous means of physical and health benefits make sports a diverse concept. And let me even go ahead and reveal it that our next poem presents this idea rather poetically. Please welcome Ansh Somaiya with a round of applause to present the poem Do You Enjoy by none other than Mahindo Bariya.
Namaste. My name is Ansh Somaiya and I am going to present a poem called Do You Enjoy? Do you enjoy the thrill of hitting a six, hitting as far as your sight goes fixed? Do you enjoy scoring goals from kicks, seeing it soar from highs to lows? Do you enjoy that hit of the wood on the ball, swinging left and right all the way to the goal? Do you enjoy a push through and a hit too, swaying past the net and the team cheers it too? Do you enjoy the strategies of chess, solving the labyrinth to come out of the mess? Do you enjoy the flying shuttlecock, swash, as it lands past right his saw? Do you enjoy the Uno, winning when you have less? The game where your luck decides the winner of the tussle. Do you enjoy flips and tricks on your skateboard? The sense of flying on the road and under the skies. Do you enjoy the feeling of a three-pointer as the basketball soared, making you flutter where heart lies, make it roar? Do you enjoy gliding when skating, the rolling of wheels on the road, fading? Do you enjoy ocean air while surfing, with the water on the board, soaring? Do you enjoy coolness of swimming, perceiving the cool water of the sea? Do you enjoy these things, the sports, the activities for which at school you beam with glee? Do you enjoy the sports, playing, kicking, hitting, surfing, soaring, even the victory and the losing? Do you enjoy these sports, the physical strength, pain, gain and learning new skills, working as a team and removing the chills? Do you enjoy the sports? Because if you do, then my friends, sports will teach you not only a thing or two: camaraderie, humility, respect, a code, and the way of life too. I enjoy the sports, I do, and maybe you should also give it a try and take your pick. Take your pick and see what a storm you can kick. Do you enjoy? Thank you.
Bravo! Now that's what I call a beautiful amalgamation of sports from around the world. By the way, how many subjects can you think of that are related to education?
Completely unrelated. I haven't given it any thought. Anyway, if I were to guess, maybe maths and physics?
Confused, huh? Don't worry. Let's hear it from Jia Monpara, who turns out to be our next performer. She will help us broaden our perspective of looking at sports and education as not two different entities, but as one emerging out of the other.
Namaste. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear sports and education? When we think about them together, you usually play sports to take a break from education. You'd probably think sports and education are like two magnets that always repel. They never get together. Never, ever. But rest assured, without education, sports wouldn't be alive. And without sports, we will lack education. How, you might ask? Well, sports include physics, biology, chemistry, etc. For any sport, you need a certain speed, whether it is of your brain or your body. Movement speed requires a lot of power, a lot of strength, but not too much. Body weight and air resistance slow a person down. Let's make it simpler by using an example. Whenever you throw the javelin, you make sure that the speed is perfect or really good, so that the javelin's motion is amazing. Did you know that math is used in sports? Don't get me wrong here, it isn't that complicated. No hard equations involved. Whenever you're looking at the score to analyze whatever is going on, it may include the best batting order for the team to score the maximum amount of runs, or simply the distance of a 6. How would we know about Kyle and Pollard's 6 distance if it wasn't for math? Have you ever wondered how chemistry and sports are related? An unusual thought, isn't it? Well, you for sure wouldn't see chemistry everywhere in sports, but when you exercise, your body releases chemicals known as endorphins. They trigger a positive feeling in your body. Similar to chemistry, we don't see biology everywhere, but it is very important and helps us in many ways. Firstly comes our diet. Without a sports person following a proper diet which is healthy and sufficient, they won't be able to perform to their fullest. And when we play any sport, our body changes our antibodies and white blood cells, which are so important to our immune system, which help us fight diseases better. We all know how much of an important role technology plays everywhere, and even in sports. Whenever we feel something unfair is going on, or we can't really make a decision, we take a review. It is all under technology. We wouldn't be able to see sports live on television if technology wasn't there. And when there's a no ball, there's this alarming sound which makes us feel thrilled. It wouldn't be there if technology was absent. Lastly, a person needs discipline for any sport, whether it is mental, physical, or tactical. You can't lose your temper at the peak of a game. It distracts you. And when you really want to play, you try your best not to hurt yourself so that you don't feel bad. And when a captain gives you tactics and you're in a losing game, you might just change the whole game altogether, contributing to your overall performance and learning. To conclude, sports and education help us build our confidence, develop our personalities, help us tackle difficult situations in life, maintain physical and mental balance, and develop a habit of working in a team together. Thank you.
परिवर्तन संसार का नियम है. Sorry for getting sidetracked with Hindi there. Anyway, this quote tells us to change ourselves with time. As you all know, when we talk about life skills learned through sports, the most crucial aspect in a discussion is the generation, especially when compared the generation of the old and knowledgeable with the generation of the young and hyped kids of today.
Well said, my fellow co-host. Apparently, our next performance is along the same lines, where we are going to witness an interesting discussion between the grandparents and the kids about how sports or games teach us various life skills. And for the same, I would like to invite Priyanshu, Rhea, Rajit, Sharika, Ansh, Megh, Yug and Prem for this insightful and intriguing skit.
કાલે મળીએ મેમ બાય. હાલ મોટી ઓનલાઈન થા રમવા મંડે આપણે. હા છોટી માંડ સ્કૂલ પૂરી થઈ છે. ઓલી પરી 420 રમવા માટે ઓનલાઈન થવાની છે કે નહીં? ના એને મેસેજ કર્યો કે ગામડે જવા માટે નીકળી. કાંઈ વાંધો નહીં, આપણે ચાલુ કરી દઈએ. ચાલ હેડફોન્સ ઉપાડ તારા ને થઈ જા શરૂ. કેમ છો છોકરીઓ? છોકરીઓ તો મને નથી જવાબ આપતા. આજકાલની જનરેશન તો કઈ સાંભળતી જ નથી બાપા. તમને બેને 1 કરોડનું ઇનામ મળ્યો કે શું? હે ના દાદાજી, અમે તો ગેમમાં જીત્યા એટલે ખુશ થયા. આને તમે ગેમ કયો? અરે ગેમ તો અમારા જમાનામાં રમાતી. ના દાદાજી, અમારી ગેમ વધારે સારી છે. આમાં તમે નવા લોકોને મળી શકો, તમારા રિફ્લેક્સિસ સારા થાય, તમને એન્ટરટેનમેન્ટ પણ થાય અને કેટલા બધા મોડ્સ પણ હોય. અચ્છા એવું હોય? આ ગેમ તો વાયલન્ટ પણ નથી. અરે અમારા એક ટીચરનો એક સ્ટુડન્ટ હતો, એ તો કેટલી વાયલન્ટ ગેમ રમતો, એ પણ 12 કે 14 કલાક, અડધી રાત કે સવારના 5 વાગ્યા સુધી. એની સામે તો અમે એક નાનકડી ચકલી કહેવાય. તો કે 12 થી 14 કલાક રમત રમવી સારી વાત કહેવાય? અરે આંખના કોડિયો બહાર નીકળી જાય પછી રમજો એનાથી. હા કા આ લોકોને તો ઈ નહીં આવડે. તો તમે જ કહો ને દાદાજી, શું કર્યું હવે કે આખો દિવસ ભણ્યા રાખી? ના રમત રમવી સારી વસ્તુ છે આ ઉંમરમાં, પણ આજે હું તમને અમારા ગેમ્સની દુનિયામાં લઈ જાઉં. હાલો બેસો. અમારી ગેમ્સની દુનિયામાં બહુ બધી મસ્ત ગેમ્સ હતી, જેમ કે આંબડી પીપળી, થપ્પોદા, ખો, ઈ પણ પાછી ઊભી ને બેઠી. હે માન સાંભળ્યું અમે. દાદાજી હજી આવી વાતો કરો ને કે તમે તમારા જમાનાની રમતો કેમ રમતા. હા તો હાલો આંખ બંધ કરો અને હું તમને બધી વસ્તુ કહું.
તમને એક મસ્ત વાત કહું. આજ તો મજા જ મજા છે. આજે સાહેબ વગદેવતા જ ભૂલી ગયા.
અરે હા લેસન તો છે જ નહીં ને.
અને આજે તો વધારે રમવા મળશે.
હાલે તો નક્કી કરો કે આજે શું રમવું છે.
જો તમે બધા હા પાડો તો ચાલો ને આજે આપણે કબડ્ડી રમીએ.
હાલો બહુ મજા.
હા તો ચાલો આપણે ટીમ પાડી લઈએ. ટીમ કોણ પાડશે? ચાલો ને આપણે બંને જ ટીમ પાડી લઈએ. હા તો પછી પહેલા કોણ માંગશે?
અરે એમાં શું મોટી વસ્તુ છે, આપણે બધા તો સાથે જ રમવાના છે ને.
તમે પહેલા માંગો કારણ કે તમે મોટા છો. હા તું જેમ કે તેમ જ. હા ચાલ તો પછી જગલો અને યગલો મારી ટીમમાં હો. હા સારું. મોહન અને અનિયો મારી ટીમમાં. ચલો રમો શરૂ કરીએ.
सूरज तेरा चढ़ता ढलता गर्दिश में
અરે આ અન્યાને તો વાગ્યું. આને ઉપાડો અને આને મલમપટ્ટી કરો.
ચલ મિત્રો હા ચલ તને કાઈ નથી થયું દોસ્ત આવતો રે. કાઈ નથી થયું. હિંમત રાખ. હિંમત રાખ. પગ ઉપર રાખ.
અરે અનિયા મેં જાણી જોઈને નહોતું માર્યું તને. મને માફ કરી દે ને ભાઈબંધ.
આ જગ્યા કાઈ વાંધો નહીં. હવે મને પાટો બાંધી દો ને હું બેસીને જોઈશ. એમાં ક્યાં કઈ મોટી વાત છે.
અરે ઈ તો રમતમાં લાગ્યા જ કરે. મારવા ભાઈબંધ અનિયો છે ને એ તો આઝાદીની લડાઈમાં ઓલા ભૂયાઓને ભગાડી દે એમ છે.
હા હો બહુ હિંમત વાળો છે.
હવે બસ કરો તમે. અને ચણાના ઝાડ ઉપર ચડાવવામાં અને પાટો બાંધી દો.
હા બસ હા. હાલો પાછું રમવાનું શરૂ કર્યું.
અરે મોહન આપણે હારી જશું.
અરે એવું કઈ હોતું હશે? આપણે હિંમત રાખીએ ને તો ત્યાં સુધી કોઈ પણ મુશ્કેલીને પાર કરી શકીએ. અને આપણા બેમાં તો બે જણાની તાકાત છે. ત્યાં સુધી હારશું નહીં ને ત્યાં સુધી હાર માનશું નહીં.
હા ભાઈબંધ આપણે જીતી જશું. હું જાઉં છું.
ના દોસ્ત હું જઈશ.
અરે દોસ્તો તમને ધન્યવાદ છે તમારી હિંમતને હો. તમારી પાસે એક જણો ઓછો હતો તો પણ તમે જીતી ગયા. પણ ખરેખર દોસ્તો આજે રમવાની મજા બહુ આવી હો.
બહુ આવી.
હાર્યાનો પણ આનંદ છે દોસ્તો.
સાચી વાત.
વાહ દાદાજી વાહ, તમે તો જાદુગરની જેમ ટીમને જીતાડી દીધી. ના એવું કાંઈ જ નથી. એ તો બસ ખાલી એક રમતનો ભાગ છે. હવે તમે બે મને કહો કે તમે આમાંથી શું શીખ્યા?
દાદાજી કબડ્ડીમાં તમે જે રીતે લીડરશિપ દેખાડી, તમારા એક ટીમ પ્લેયર ઇન્જર્ડ થઈ ગયો હતો અને સામેની ટીમનો કમ્યુનિકેશન અને કોલેબોરેશન ટેકનિક તમારા મેઇન પ્લેયરને આઉટ કરો.
જ્યારે તમે ટીમમેટ સાથે મળીને ટેકલ્સ કર્યા, ટોલરન્સ, જ્યારે તમારા મિત્રને વાગ્યું હતું તો તમે ફાઇટ કરવાની બદલે તમે બધાએ મળીને પ્રોબ્લેમ સોલ્વ કરી. અને બંને ટીમ્સે મળીને જ્યારે મલમપટ્ટી કરી તે પણ ખરેખર શીખવા જેવી વાત છે. વાહ, તમે બે તો ઘણું શીખી ગયા હો. હાલો હવે તમે બે આરામ કરો. ના દાદાજી, હજી તમને જવા નહીં મળે. હજુ વાત કરો ને કે તમે તમારા જમાનાની રમતો કેમ રમતા. હાલો તો હવે હું તમને ગિલ્લી દંડાની વાત કરીશ. હાલો આપણે બધા બાકી લે.
ચાલો.
હું પકી ગયો. આજે તો હું જ જીતવાનો છું.
ઈ તો આપણે રમીએ ત્યારે ખબર પડે ભાઈબંધ.
વાતો જ કરવાની છે કે રમતે રમવાની
હું
છે.
છે ને આવી 100 દંડી ઉડાડી શકું. 100 દંડી.
મને 100 દંડીનો ન ખબર, પણ જીતવાનો તો છું હું જ. કેમ કે મારા ગણિતના સાહેબે એવી મસ્ત વસ્તુ શીખડાવી છે.
ઝગલો એમને એમ કઈ બોલતા હોય ને એવું લાગે છે.
મેં કીધું તો હું સોનાનું ઉડાડીશ બધા.
આ ચાલ જોઈ લેશું ચાલ. ઓહ
અરે યાર હું પાછો હારી ગયો. મારે હવે રમવું જ નથી.
અરે ઝગલા એમાં ગુસ્સે થવાની શું જરૂર છે?
આ એક રમત જ છે અને રમતમાં હાર જીત તો થતી રહે. રમવાનું મહત્વનું છે. ચાલ મોહન તારી વારી હવે. ભાઈ તે તો કેટલું દૂર માર્યું. તે આટલું દૂર માર્યું કેવી રીતે ઈ તો કે મોહન?
જો સિમ્પલ ગણિત છે જગ્યા જે મારા સાહેબે શીખડાવ્યું હતું. તો આને કોઈ પણ વસ્તુ દૂર ફેંકવી હોય ને ત્યારે તો લગાડીને ફેંકવાનું તો દૂર જાય. અને જો હું તને બીજી વસ્તુ સમજાવું. હું અત્યારે જીતી ગયો પણ હું ઘણીવાર હાર્યો છું. અને મેં ક્યારે એમ નથી કીધું કે મારે નથી રમવું. હંમેશા હાર નહીં માનવાની. હંમેશા એમ ક્યારે એમ નહીં કહેવાનું કે મારે હવે નથી રમવું. આ તો ખાલી રમત છે. આમાં તો આવું થતું રહે.
સાચી વાત છે. હવે આપણે જ્યારે પણ રમી હવે આપણે એક વસ્તુ ધ્યાનમાં રાખવી છે કે હવે આપણે ખેલદિલીથી જ રમશું.
હા એવું જ કરવું છે હવે.
હાલો હવે જોઈએ કોણ જીતે છે.
પાછી હાર જીતની વાત કરી.
આ તો જોરદાર રમત છે. મેં પહેલી વાર આવું સાંભળ્યું. મજા આવી ગઈ. પણ દરેક રમતમાં આપણને એક જીવન જરૂરી મૂલ્ય શીખવા મળે છે. તો તમે બે મને કહો કે આમાં તમને શું શીખવા મળ્યું? પ્રોપર એંગલથી તમે ગિલ્લીને મારો તો જ એ દૂર જાય. તમે કેવી રીતે એસ્ટિમેશન વાપરીને તમારો ટાર્ગેટ સેટ કર્યો અને કેવી રીતે તમે તમારા દોસ્તોની હિંમત પણ આપી અને કોન્સન્ટ્રેશન પણ જોઈએ આમાં. અને તમે ગાઈડન્સ પણ આપી બધાને કે કઈ રીતે જીતી શકાય. વાહ દીકરીઓ, વક્ત બદલ દિયા, મૌસમ બદલ દિયા, જज्बात बदल दिए. વાહ દાદાજી, લાગે છે તમે પણ સોશિયલ મીડિયા પર આવી ગયા છો કે શું? કેમ? હું તમને કઈ બુઢો લાગુ છું? અરે તમારી સાથે રહેવું હોય ને તો શીખવું પડે. हाँ वो एम नहीं कहतो कि ऑनलाइन गेम्स खराब छे, पर हमारे जमाने की तो कुछ बात ही और थी. ना हो दादाजी, बात तो हमारे जमाने में भी है. ना पर અમારી જનરેશન ને તમારા જેવા દાદાજી અને ફિઝિકલ ગેમ્સ ની જરૂરત છે. બસ ખાલી બેલેન્સ કરતા શીખો ઓનલાઈન અને ઓફલાઈન ગેમ્સ વચ્ચે. પછી એની અંદર જે છુપાયેલી સ્કિલ્સ છે એને વર્ક ઓન કરવાનું શીખો. પાક્કું દાદાજી. ચાલો હવે અમે તમારા જમાનાની થોડી ગેમ્સ અમારા ફ્રેન્ડ્સને પણ શીખવાડી અને રમી. હા હા તમે જાઓ, પણ પહેલા મને તમારા ઓલા ટેબ્લેટ ની અંદર ગેમ છે ને ઈ ખોલીને આપી દો બસ.
People have been involved in playing sports since the time humanity existed. Some have made sports their passion, while some made it to their living.
But one thing continuously, relentlessly keeps lingering on our minds. It seems that the recent accession of video gaming has impacted our young minds. Also, as we discussed earlier, not all sports gain equal recognition. But why do I keep speaking stuffs? Let's hear from Anshul Raman why this idea is as curious as concerning.
Thank you. Our nation is filled with various sports. This is a great sense of pride and inspiration for all the patriots. And even more so, victories in these sports have been rejoiced by millions of people. May it be the silver by the hockey team in the Olympics or the astounding throw by Neeraj Chopra which granted us the Olympic gold, or even the 1983 or 2011 World Cup win. It has never been for us as a nation that the field of sports has not filled us with pride, compassion, and an ocean of other emotions. India used to be a country which had various games to choose from Gilli Danda to Kancha. India might be having one of the highest numbers of sports at that time. Due to the mass mania of sports such as cricket, we all have forgotten how rich our culture was in terms of physical sports. But it doesn't end here. Due to the new technology of online gaming, a lot of young minds have been reluctant to break a sweat as compared to their older counterparts on the field. Instead, they want to have the chilled air of their perfectly air-conditioned room with a glass of juice nearby. In reality, do not get the importance of the social and biological effects of a real sport. Through sports, we develop tolerance, discipline, and self-endurance. This is what the country misses right now. We surely are under the lockdown restraints, but the question still remains. What can you, I, and everyone around us do as individuals to save the culture of sports? Think about it. Point to Socho.
That PTS was indeed helpful, and I believe that our generation has some work to do. सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, an extremely patriotic quote. The quote rightly says that India is better than the whole world. This line reminds me that now we have the national anthem, a sign of respect and nationalism towards the nation. So I request everyone to rise up for the national anthem. Assembly Savdhan.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
The performances were striking and impressive. In fact, my head seems a lot fuller than before. I will definitely have to empty it out before the next assembly. And I am beginning to understand that playing sports teaches us the different aspects of life. Yes, absolutely. Our whole team has worked tirelessly to send this message out to the audience. Thank you all. With that and a heavy heart, we are compelled to take the exit for the day. Have a great, no wait, why great? Have the best day ahead. Please enjoy the exit song by Aditya Thakur. See you till next time.
कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर